Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. We are on Farming Simulator 25 and we're on the PlayStation 5. Please don't forget to hit that likes and subscribe button before you go. It's literally just a click of a button. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything. It doesn't really mean a lot to you, but it does to me, and I will be very, very grateful. Today's video, I'm not going to lie, I've been off for in the grand scheme of things, I've been off for a very, very short while, so a week or maybe a few more, like 10 days, whatever, for a couple of reasons. One, I'm still like, with this game overall, I'm still like meh, but I just keep on plugging at it and I keep on chipping at it, and every night it's like, oh, we've had updates and there's this and there's new mods and everything else, but then it's like, well, like everybody else has been saying, all of these massive mod dumps that we've had over the last few days, it's now the 13th of February 2025. A lot of these mods are giant mods, they're lizards or whatever, they're giant made mods, which were in 22, they were base game vehicles, and base game equipment, and it's like, you're just putting them into the mod section because it makes it look like you've just released all these hundreds of mods and you're amazing, and it's like, oh my god, we should be so thankful to you. But it's like, well, hang on a minute, all these mods are things that were already existing, and you should have just basically tarted them up and made them better and put them in the original game, even if, like everybody else has been saying, they were put in as an update. So I'm still at that stage, and I know for a fact, just Google it, you know what I mean? You just go on your socials and you will see I am not alone. And it winds me up to the point that it was like this when it started and all this, but it's more, and it sounds really sad and sappy, but it upsets me because this game has been out for long enough now, that there are still issues in this game, and the lack of original content in this game, original in two different types of meaning. It's like original as in they should originally have been in the game when it was released, or like I've just said, things like that, and original as in there isn't anything like mind-blowingly new. To me, the only mind-blowingly new one for the console, at least, is this tractor and trailer unit. Yeah, that's the most innovative and newest release for console, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But it's something that's been around on the PC for forever and a day. But it's fantastic. So, and that's why as soon as it came up and I started using it, and I still use it now. And hilariously, talking of which, nice little segue. While I'm doing this, I'm loading up because I want to do some fertilizing in my large grass field that I ploughed and planted, and then obviously I'm going to use the rest to go off and do some contracting, because it's not else to do at the moment. So anyway, titting around with this thing, load up this first couple of pallets, and you will see, and I'm like, it doesn't even occur, because to be honest, right, I'm so used to this game, and even 22, right, being janky and god awful when it comes to moving things around on forklifts and pallets and stuff like that, right, and loading them onto trailers. I don't know what it is that the game creators just cannot fix. They just cannot seem to sort it out. But it's like, you put an object onto a trailer and it will just move off on its own. It's like, it just cannot seem to comprehend its new coexistence with a trailer. If that makes any sense at all. And basically what I'm trying to say is, you put something on there and you can guarantee the fucking thing will move on its own volition, even when the trailer is stationary or worse. So anyway, so I'm loading this thing up and it's like, hang on a minute. So I've just managed to push these 2 pallets all the way to the other side of the trailer, and then I'm like, and I pull away and I'm like, hold the phone. This thing's got extended reach. I didn't know that, and I've used this, right? And I've used it to the point where it's like, I'm just thinking it's a forklift. Yes, it's got certain reach and stuff like that. So it'll only go forward, and then you push the pallets for. And it did that, and I'm like, because so at first I thought it was just being 20, FS farming janky, and the pallets were just sliding along on their own but no. This thing it actually has reach as well. Mind blown. That's why I sat there like moving it and playing it. I'm like, this is without a doubt my favourite mod. So that was cool. So it was like, okay, I'm happy with that. I've been off this game for a while. But did you see the way those pallets were bouncing around? Did you see the way they're moving? You pick them up square on, right? You pick them up square on, or as square as I can get the epoxy thing. And not only do they instantly jump out of line, right? They are bouncing around, wobbling around like I'm trying to do Red Bull hardline, balancing these 2 things on my handlebars. Yeah, if you know, you know. Look at it. Look at it. It's like, don't be nervous, little ones. I'm putting you somewhere safe. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's okay. Honestly, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, like I said, I'd been off this for a while, not been very well, to say the least. Again, if you've had this cold flu thing, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. And to come back after, because I've still been, sorry, cat's going mental. I've still been keeping an eye on the updates. I've still been going on every now and again and seeing if there's anything worth actually, trying to come back in and play this game. And so I know there's been stuff and I know there's been updates, but this hasn't been one. But yeah, there you go. I'm not doing that, by the way. I am not making that pallet move. I just stopped, and it was like, oh shit, I've been noticed. Let's slide back very quickly, or very slightly, nobody will notice. It's like, come on. So I was like, I got to a point, I'm like, okay, I'm actually okay to play this game. I'm going to play this game, and not do anything major, hence just doing some fertilizing. And I get all excited because I stumble across this addition that I did not know was part of this mod. So I'm like, yes, this is great. This is the feeling that I like when I play this game. This is the feeling I always try and get, that sudden, oh my god, this is really cool, or just this is why I like Farming Simulator. It's that kind of thing. And then instantly you get kicked in the nuts when you're looking at how shit the pallets are moving, how shit they travel across the bloody yard whilst attached on your fallet porks. There you go. So nothing has changed as far as I'm concerned. Nothing has changed. Yes, they've given us updates. Yes, they've given us loads of mods. But have they? Again, and like I said, I am not. Somebody really needs to speak to that driver. He's awful. So, yeah, nobody has. I've not heard anybody like praising lately. Even the the well-known Farming Simulator creators. A lot of them, it's like they're saying the exact same thing. It's like, yeah. No offense, thank you very much for finally giving us all of this content, but most of this content that you've just dumped on us should have either been dumped in as a base game thing rather than taking up mod sections, because like you said, if you now, it's like, well, if you want it, it's going to take up extra storage space, whereas if it was part of the actual game, it would, the amount of storage space wouldn't go up as much, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? I hope you understand. But yeah, so I'm a little bit peeved still. Yes, I am still groggy, and maybe I should have just waited a little bit longer before coming back onto this. There are now more than one good looking map available. It's like, finally. So I am maybe going to go off and play them as well, give them a go. But yeah, overall, has anything changed? Has anything got better with these most recent updates and stuff? No, they haven't. Not even close. It is ridiculous, and it's like, just sort it out. And now they released that video, the accolades video, where they were patting themselves on the back saying, look at us, we're amazing, this is fantastic, look at all these wonderful comments and all that lot. Fuck off, basically. Behave. Everybody can see through your bullshit. Everybody can see what this game really is. Yeah. And it is what it is. It's just, and I know all you lovers and haters, or whatever you want to call yourselves out there, yeah, you die hard. Well, don't play it then. If I hadn't paid actual physical full price money for this game, I wouldn't. I'd be quite happy. I'd be like, you know what, fuck it, bin it off. I don't give a shit. It ain't worth my time. And I would have done that months ago. Yeah. And I wouldn't really have thought about it. But the fact is, I bought this on release at full price off the back of how much I thoroughly enjoyed and still do absolutely adore FS22. So I just naturally assumed that they've been harping on about this game for long enough that it would be not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. I'm not that stupid and not naive, but at least it would have been it would have been better than FS22 on release. But it's not. This still, to me, feels like I've paid 60 quid for a beta early release test game, and it was released how many months ago now? Like I said, I'm in February in 2025, right? So you do the math. It's not on. It really isn't. And it annoys me and it upsets me, because I love Farming Simulator, but this game has completely destroyed that feeling. I'm like, yet again, there's another shit piece. Yet again, this doesn't look right. Yet again, this still looks broken. Yet again, this isn't working. And it's like, come on. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, and this one, I don't know if it's base game related, as in like the physics of the game, or if it is actually the Calmsden map issue. Okay, so but when I'm doing this fertilizing, and you will see once if you stick around, if you don't, I don't blame you, but if you did stick around, even if you fast forward, I go off and do some contracting after doing this field, and the first field that I fertilize is one of the tiny little fields, the little ones that kind of go round by the church. It's down there, and the first thing that I noticed was that the GPS is like, there's no field, you're not in a field, so I can't give you any assistance. There's no field registering. So again, or still, there seems to be this issue with if you're looking at the map, it's what I would call the core section of the map, the center of the map. All those all that land that is based around your home farm, your spawn point, for want of a better word, You know the bits I mean, right? So yeah, where your house is, all that land around it, if you look at it on a map, it comes up as photographs only, even though you can actually buy the land. Yeah, they don't register as fields. But I think these ones did. I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, whatever. So it's those small little row of fields, the 40 something or others. And yeah, they were like, the computer says, no, you're not in a field. I don't know what to do. I can't help you. And then of course, off the back of that, and again, I know that that's not the map problem. It's the game problem, and it's when you're fertilizing over grass, I believe it was. It's almost impossible to see where you've been. Almost impossible to see where you've been. So, which is why I wanted to use the GPS, because but luckily the field's so small. It was like the spread width. I think I did it in like 2 passes, and it was done anyway. But yeah, so again, if anybody knows or ask any contact or anything else with Oxygen David, I'd just pass it on. Just say, look, I don't know if this is an issue with the map or if it is an issue with the game, but that is what's going on. There are these little core fields. They just don't seem to want to play ball. They don't seem to register that they exist as workable fields, which is a shame. It's not a game breaker, don't get me wrong. I am still, obviously, because like I said, I've been off it for a while, so nothing's happened. So I'm still waiting to see if anything will actually grow, like the grass and stuff like that. Oh, and that thing, the mulched. I don't understand what it came up and it was registering that it was mulched. It's like it's been ploughed, cultivated, sowed and rolled, and now it's been fertilized, and the only thing that it was coming up was saying it's been mulched. And it's like, do you know what I mean? It's probably the one item that hasn't been anywhere near this field is a mulcher. So yeah, that kind of confused me, because it was like, why is this not saying it's been fertilized when I've clearly fertilized it? But again, that is absolutely the farming sim thing. It's not a map thing. This is their weird new working systems and stuff like that. And also, I'm surprised if anybody's actually still listening by now. They're probably like, oh, fucking shut the fuck up, mate. God's sake. Go play Mario Karts or something, or whatever. But if you are listening, thank you. But yeah, and I promise this is the last one. I still cannot seem to get this whole GPS thing to move. And this isn't this is a complaint against myself, because I am just so stupid. And I 100% acknowledge that. It's not a complaint as such. If anything, it's a call for help. So and I've tried to find it on videos and stuff like that, and it's like, but I'm doing what you're telling me to do. I'm pushing the buttons, I'm setting the angles and doing all this, and I sit there and the lines literally don't move. And it's really annoying, because it's like, I just want to be able to run in a different direction using the GPS lines, because I don't like the angles that they're at, and I can't seem to do that. So if anybody is actually still listening, thank you, and well done, bless you. And if you do have knowledge of the GPS system, can you either just point me in the direction of a video which you know of that exists, that is up there, or drop me a comment and say, I'm quite happy to help you, and then we'll look at DMs, or whatever. So I don't mind, because or put it in a comment, because like I said, I've noticed now more often than not, when I'm saying things like, I don't know what the hell's going on, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, somebody comes along and says, do this, and this, and I'm like, thank you so much, you have helped me immensely. And then all of a sudden, after like a week or so, that comment has gone crazy, because, or in terms of my channel at least, because all of a sudden loads and loads of other people are like, I also did not know that. Thank you very much for explaining it so well. So yeah, never, and this is one thing I never do. I never expect that I am the only person that doesn't know what I'm doing. And if I ever put anything up on other videos and other games to help other people, I do it firstly and solely to help that one person, but also in the vain hope that there will be somebody else out there that will actually appreciate it. So yeah, please bear that in mind. I know I'm not the only one that is this dim and this noobish on this game. There are other people out there still, and so if you make a comment giving me guidance and direction, the chances are there will be other people out there at my level, and they will also be like, thank you very much, that was very, very helpful. This is that field. Before I do go, this is the field that I was on about. And you will see it, actually. I didn't mean to go on this long. I do apologise, but yeah, so it doesn't, this is one of those, what I'm calling the core fields. Yeah, it just says, yeah, there's nothing here, mate. Sorry, it's not registering, or there's nothing happening. Okay, so I've double checked, make sure it was all on, and then it's like, nothing. There's absolute zero. So it's like, sod it, I'll just do it anyway. And like I said, luckily it's such a small field. But again, I'm completely assuming that this is a map issue. So yeah, if anybody knows how to get hold of the Oxton David modern making team or individual, and if they could say, look, is this a problem? Is this it is what it is, or whatever's, or is there a fix? That would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. I am sorry that basically the first video I put up after being off is still whining and whingy, but at the same time, why shouldn't it be? And I know for a fact I am not alone, and I know for a fact there seem to be more and more people just getting more and more annoyed and fed up with this game, especially when Giants released things like the Accolade video, just to wind up everybody even more. So I don't know, I might end up having to do what everybody else has done and just be like, bite the bullet, admit defeat, and just go off and go back to playing FS22, where we know that there were issues, but you kind of expect them, but overall the gameplay and the quality of the graphics and everything else are what they should be at that level of game. This is a brand new game aimed at the higher standards and higher specs of consoles and PCs, and it's shite. Basically, it still looks crap, and even when you do try and put it on performance mode, it makes it worse. And this is what I'm on about, where unless you get it at a very certain camera angle, you cannot see where you've been spraying. Do you know what I mean? That the visual difference is so high. It's so fine. There you go. You can't work like that. You can't. You need to see where you're going. So that's where the GPS really does come into itself. Because without that, to be honest, the amount of overlap that I would have to do is ridiculous, and I would be referring to the mini map or the map to see where I've sprayed and where I've covered, what ground I've covered more than I need to. So yeah, the GPS is good in this respect, but I need somebody to turn around and say, right, okay, are you sitting comfortably? Yes. Then we shall talk in very small words and very slowly. Have you got your crayons out? And I will explain it to you. All right, because generally that's the level that I feel I'm at. Right, so please, if somebody has got a box of crayons and they are willing to draw this shit out for me on how to actually work the GPS system properly and make it move and put it to an angle that I feel happy with, please do. I will not feel belittled in any way whatsoever. I do that myself. Anyway, that's it. That's 20 minutes of me bitching. Sorry, really sorry. I would say do enjoy this video, but you're probably not even still there. But if you are, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Comments. Do you still agree with my comments that I have made about how this game should be better than it is at this stage, or not, and the whole mod thing and everything else? Or are you, or do you think that this is, as the comments in the Accolades game said, the best farming simulator game ever? I'd love to know.